All right, looks like we are live. Wow, that got loud. What's up, everybody? Captain Gonzo, that flight sim channel. Holy smokes, it's loud here. Oh, God, and sometimes that gets annoying. I'm not gonna lie. AI traffic just blasting my eardrums. What's up, everybody? So, yeah, we're gonna be Citation 10 for FlightFX. So, confession time. I've been exploring X-Plane 12. I just purchased the license about a couple of weeks ago. And hey, what up, Prime OG? Yeah, I'm a little late today, bro. Been busy as heck all week long, so that's why I'm trying to get it while I can. But anyways, guys, hold on. This is really annoying me right now. Frickin' sound of that AI traffic. Good lord, man. That's why. Master volume's at 100. Jeez. Let's see. Maybe environment reduces just a little bit. Other aircraft. Yeah, that's annoying, man. Aircraft engines. Yeah, why not? Let's bring that back down. Keep it 50. All right, let's see if that's better. Hey, okay, there we go. It feels better. So anyways, guys, yeah, I've been exploring X-Plane 12, and yesterday I did a very, very late hop in the default citation. And what the... Okay, we just got decapitated by that, was that a Molly? Anyways, we did a flight yesterday on the default Citation 10, and I was like, dude, I missed the FlightFX, so that is why I am here now. So let's go ahead and begin removing our static elements, pitot covers. I'm gonna keep the chocks on. You can see the scissors have been connected. That's your pin. Otherwise, this would have been disconnected. Let's go do a quick pre-flight. Now I feel like it's too quiet. Let me know, guys, if you don't hear anything in the game. I will gladly change that back to having some engine and environment noise. I guess we'll figure it out once we get the electrical power going and all that. Okay, there's the baggage door open, even though I saw my passengers already there. Making sure everything's clear. There we go. APU exhaust is clean. H-stabs, elevator look good. Empennage is good condition. Engine 2 looking good. We don't have a GPU. Can I hook it up? See if it'll do it. Nah, come on, you pesky little doggy. Come on. All right, anyways, lav is secured. Trailing edge looks good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off out of Aspen. If you saw my last stream, I flew in here with, what was it, the Baron? The Bonanza? And it was terrible. Terrible approach into Aspen. Crappy weather conditions. And today they're okay. Clouds are obviously up here. We're at like 8,000 feet above sea level, so... what is this guy doing, bro? Hey, you. he went this way, cut me off. Now he's over there. All right, so we're gonna head over to Minneapolis-St.Paul. Funny enough, my wife's actually there right now. She's on a work trip, and I figured, you know what? Let me chase her, make sure everything is okay. You know, not being a stalker or nothing. All right, active noise reduction. Nah, I like to have it. I'm just checking my settings here. Yeah, we'll have the IRS to instant to save ourselves time. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I need that 8.33 kilohertz spacing, even though I'm not using the RTUs here. I'm using the CDU on the 10 or the tune page. Separate tiller, no, they've updated this. I haven't looked at this in a while. But anyways, we're going to use the CRT displays. I like the old school cathode ray tube displays. That's why the Citation 10 is one of my favorites, amongst many things. Pounds, yada, yada, yada. Cabin layout. Let's do pizza today for lunch. Calibration is all set. I've done that. I'm going to bring up my Navigraph here. Damn, I feel like it's really quiet now. This is weird. Let's go to info. Yeah. Taxi. We'll leave the airport info up. Let's get battery power on. That was laggy. Is the test not working? No, it's still not illuminating. That's really weird. It used to turn green here, showing that it's good. Standby power on. Avionics and ECAS. Emergency lighting armed. Passenger supply auto. Mic select to headset. Crossfeeds off. Everything is in the norm for the fuel boost, ignition, and FADIC. Let's see. I'm going to do some quick tests. Everything I like to do for cold and dark. Smoke detection. Landing gear horn. Fire warning. There it is. Thrust reversed. Triple stacks are illuminated. Flap. Amber annunciator. KASE message. Windshield temperature. Overspeed. And the stick shaky thingy. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Annunciator test. Everything's lighting up. Back to off. Let's set these two align while we're powering up the jet. We don't have ground power unit, unfortunately, because they don't want to play ball. So let's go ahead and get the APU master on. Do a test. I love this plane, by the way. This is the one airplane that I am 100% committed to for the rest of my life. No question about it. APU start. EGT's climbing. Watching the RPMs. Check our packs. Cockpit packs are on. Bleed air's on the high pressure, low pressure, high pressure, low pressure. I like it. Set this to headset. Nav light on. Seatbelt signs on. Okay, let's see what weather's like down here in Aspen. What up, Flacco? What up, brother? Let's see, ATIS 120.4. So let's go down here. Before we even initialize that, let's go to nav, tune.
0. Overcast at 7,000. Temperature 4. Dew point -2. Altimeter 3016. Density altitude 8100 feet. Taxiway resurfacing in progress. Expect delays near the terminal area. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Oscar.
We've got
Aspen,
Oscar.
Cook
Let me
County
pick up the
Airport.
winds real quick.
Information, Oscar. 1905 Zulu. Arriving runway 15. Departing runway 33. Wind 270 at 9er, gusting 27.
Okay.
Visibility 4.
Now let's see if Say Intentions gets my call sign correct. Aspen clearance, citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Come on.
Citation 720 Charlie Charlie, Aspen clearance, say destination, on course heading, altitude, and if flight following requested.
Aspen clearance, citation 720 Charlie Charlie. We'd like to pick up our IFR clearance to Minneapolis.
Clearance on request, you're number 1.
There we go. Easy taxiway. Departing runway 33. Let's see. Do we have SIDS here? Yes, we do. What do we file?
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, cleared to Minneapolis via the Lens 1 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 1000. Expect flight level 45010 minutes after departure. Departure on 123.8 squawk 1475. Expect runway 33.
1475 on the squawk. There we go. Cleared to Minneapolis via the Lens 1 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 1000. Expect flight level 45010 minutes after departure. Departure's on 123.8, squawking 1475, and expecting runway 33 for citation 720 Charlie Charlie.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, read back correct.
Let's go to ground. We've got our IFR clearance, 1219er. Thanks, Flacco. I decided to use those light ones after all and illuminate my face. Kind of change up the monotony, right, of that white background lighting they always have. So thanks, man. And let me know, by the way, since you guys are watching, let me know if you can hear the audio from ATC, the environment around me. I did lower it in the settings, but just let me know if it gets too low. All right, so we're on ground frequency. We've got our IFR clearance. Let's go ahead and initialize the McDo's. Waiting for the GPS. Going to load that. Flight plan. Let's go to nav. ident, pause. Yep, it's loaded. Destination is KMSP, Minneapolis-St.Paul. We're going to do nav, departure, runway 33, lens 1. Copy that, Flacco. Thank you, sir. Lens 1 to lens, then we're going to go ahead and activate. There it is. I'm going to put this thing here. Cool. SXW. Is that Sioux Falls? No, my geography skills are terrible in this region of the United States. Jesse. RLG. Chewy. Oh, I like that. Chewy, chewy, chewy. Then Swan or S Swan.
Runway 33 taxi via Alpha 9er, November 1, tree 9er 1.
And then let's go to nav arrival. Looks like we're going to anticipate 30 left. ILS, let's do it. Let's go with, I'll have to look at the chart. Let's go with GQ. And what arrival are we expecting? Torgy, the Torgy 4. And Swan transition. There's our arrival profile. 30 left, ILS, GQ. Swan into the Torgy 4, activate. Flight plan is good. We've got a discontinuity here. Fly as assigned, that's fine. Performance in it, yes. Nope, climb at 270. Max cruise, descent at 300. We're doing flight level 450, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be high up there. We're gonna, how much cargo do we have? 0, payload 275, 64, 65. We got 54, so there we go. Sync, there we go. 3 packs, that lines up with our send brief dispatch. Confirm. Estimated time en route, 1 hour and 47 minutes. Nah, do it faster. 696 nautical miles. Looking good. Take off. Winds were 270 at 10, I want to say. Here, I can just look this up real quick. And it's showing a whole different thing here. 350 at 6, so I'm going to say 270 at 10. I think that's what I heard on the METAR. Altimeter is set to 3016. Not sure why that's showing 3001. Oh well. There's a slope. Dry condition, density, altitude, anti-ice will be off. Flaps 15. Let's do it. Cool. V1 120, rotate 123, V2 129. I love it. Climb is all good. 17 minutes on the climb to 45,000 feet. Cruise looking at Mach 0.88. Might change that once we're airborne. And descent looking good. Bottom up descent unfortunately is not simulated here on the FlightFX Citation 10, so can't really do much with that. Landing, we'll adjust that once we get near our destination. Go to flight plan. Still this thingy. There we go. We'll keep the takeoff page. Yep. Why not? All right, let's go down here. Throw these into nav. These are good to go. I say we've got good airplane. Look at that weather. Gotta love Rex Atmos, by the way. Let's check the route. Good. Weather's off. Don't want to be frying people on the ground. Let's bring this over to engine. Start pressure is 0 because the bleeder valve is closed. Don't worry, we'll fix that here momentarily. Okay, let's look at the lens 1 departure. Do a quick brief. There's all the comms. Airport elevation 7,800 feet above sea level. Transition altitude 18,000. Lens 1, lens runway 33. And we're going to Jesse. So this is the route. So we're going to take off 33. Oh, there we go. On a heading of 343. Gonna wait till we hit 9,100 feet. MSL. Make that left turn heading 273. And then we're going to intercept that back course from the localizer. IPKN 108.5. So I'm going to set that up to lens Then proceed to snow on the Victor 591 airway, Jesse, and then Kremling, and then we're gonna continue. I think that's what it was. Yep. I love it. Let me see if I can set this up, see if I remember how to do this. So let's go to nav, tune. No, nav. Do I have a fix? No, I don't. All right, no worries. We'll figure it out. 108.5. I want to see if I can display that. Nope. 108.5. There we go. That's going to be the IPKN localizer. Back course. So let's go to nav 1. And we're looking for 303. I know there's a way to display nav aids here, but either way, we're going to be letting the LNAV do its thing, so. All right, let's go outside. Let's make sure we've got a good airplane ready to go. Let's go ahead and get the beacon light on. Parking brake is set. Let's step outside. Let's remove chocks. Everything is clear. There's the beacon light on top of the empennage. There's the under fuselage beacon, looking good. Let's run. Oh yeah, look at that. Half baggage. Probably a good idea to stow this. Knowing me, I'd definitely take off with that open. Somebody just took off. I heard them. There they go. T6. Nice. All right, boys and girls. Let's get this party started. Whoops, I just teleported through my galley. Here we go. Oh, people want to be distant. Okay, that works. All right, let's do the thingy. Let's get the ISO valve open. Oh yeah, bleed air. Duh. There we go. Now we've got good start pressure, 47. All engine indicating systems look normal. I think I'm good. Famous last words. Altitude set, 11,000. Let's crank number 2. Number 2. Here we go. Watching N2. Get some fuel. Let's watch for oil pressure. There she goes. Beautiful. ITT's climbing, N1's climbing. Oil pressure and temperature coming up. Nice. Good engine. Let's trip that generator. Reset it. Number 1. By the way, this is another thing that I love about Flight Sim is Track IR actually lets you move and translate your head. On X-Plane, it's very limited. Like, you try to move up and down or forward and aft, and it actually just goes up and down. So that was tripping me out yesterday when I was flying the Citation 10, so... Flacco saying, anybody else watching Captain Gonzo on their TV screen? Man, that's funny. Just a big old display with my face up here. Love it. All right, we've got 2 good engines. Reset it. Good generators. Close the ISO valve. Turn off the bleed air. Generators offline. Stop the APU. Let's go flaps 15. Let's go nose up on the horizontal or the pitch trim. There we go. We're in the green. Let's go back to norm. Everything looks good. Good amps. What am I missing? What am I missing? Flacco saying, honestly, when I rewatch your tutorials or all tutorials, I watch them on the TV. The quality is sick and you can see everything clearly. Yeah, I agree. I do the same thing downstairs, man. My son is probably sick of seeing our channel by now. Okay, I think I am happy. Parking brake is off. Let's call ground. Let them know we're ready to taxi. 1219er. Yep. Aspen ground citation 720 Charlie Charlie ready to taxi.
Citation 720 Charlie Charlie Aspen ground runway 33 taxi via Alpha 9er.
Alpha 9er for citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Let me just bring up the display here. Yep, we're gonna taxi out and Alpha 9. Fair enough. Here we go. Let's get on the gas. Flacco, I don't think the Citation 10 is rated for single pilot ops. That's a great question, but yeah, I don't think that is, man. Got a little bit of rain. Ooh, look at that CRJ. Clear on the right. You can feel how sluggish the airplane is at this elevation. You got to get on that power just a bit more. And notice the curvature of the ramp here too. We're kind of going uphill. Okay, let's do a flight controls check. You can see the flight control precision elevator. Good aileron, good rudder, speed brakes. Yep, I see them all on KASE. Good. Hey, you know what? We're already pretty high up. Let's get pitot static heat on. Prime OG is saying CRJ's trying to take my job. Yeah, Prime OG, that's your role right there, brother, to do the takeoffs with style. All right, we'll continue taxiing down Alpha and then Alpha 9er. Let's go ahead and bring up that departure once again. We've already briefed it. We know what to expect. 9,100 feet. That's when we can make that turn. It's 273. And head towards Linz. Liking this weather, honestly. Gonna be interesting. And again, guys, this is default scenery from Asobo and Microsoft for Aspen. I think it's an awesome little scenery. I think there's one payware developer out there that makes a third-party scenery, but I don't think it's necessary. This one looks pretty good in my opinion. And again, especially for default. Okay, that's Alpha 8. We want full length, Alpha 9.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, contact tower on 118.8
Switching to tower 118.85 for citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Bye-bye.
Skywest 3232 ready for pushback.
There we go, coming up on Alpha 9. Look at this. I went to idle thrust, and look how much this thing is slowing down. Set the heading bug 343. That's the departure heading. Okay. Here we go, and I'm going to try to hand fly this sucker. Departure was 123.8, so we're going to put that in our scratch pad. Leave it ready. Let's go ahead and let's get the weather ready to go. Weather radar, I should say. Ah, Primo G again? Damn, bro. I don't know what's up with these servers, bro. I haven't touched my multiplayer settings at all, I swear. So that's weird, man. Hey, Heath, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Smooth landing in the 320. That's a great accomplishment, brother. What happened here? Nope, looking at that. Okay, I'm happy there. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. APU can come completely off if I can get it. There we go. That's just the master. Let's call tower. What's my cabin altitude set? Ooh. We're gonna go up to what? 45,000. So let's do that. Packs are all good. ISO valve closed. Window vents are okay. Wing inspection light, why not? Aspen Tower, citation 720 Charlie Charlie, holding short runway 33, ready for departure.
Citation 720 Charlie Charlie, Aspen Tower, runway 33, winds 120 at 8, RNAV lens cleared for takeoff.
RNAV lens cleared for takeoff, runway 33 for citation 720 Charlie Charlie. All right, boys and girls, here we go. Lights, camera, action. Recognition lights on. Let's get the weather radar on. Let's find my elapsed time. Here we go. Start the clock. Whew. Feeling nervous. And we're looking to rotate at 122 knots. Here we go. Just one moment, guys. Guys ready? I think I am. Heading 343, climb to 9,100 feet or above, make that left turn heading 273, intercept the back course 303 from the localizer towards Linz. See if I got this. All right, pushing that yoke forward, keeping the brakes on. We're gonna let N1 stabilize. And here we go. Takeoff thrust set. Airspeed's alive. Easy money. Gear up. Let's go towards heading 343.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, contact departure.
Switching to departure for Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. There's 9100 making that left turn. And Denver departure, Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. It's at 10,200, climbing 11,000. RNAV Lens.
Citation 720 Charlie Charlie, Aspen departure, radar contact, climb via the SID.
Climb via the SID for Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Still hand flying this puppy. Let's get on that 273 heading. Bring the nose down. Let that airspeed build up. And then we're going to arm for now. Flight level change, nav, VNav. I don't see any altitude constraints. As long as we're clearing that.
Charlie Charlie, direct lens, then is filed, please.
Direct lens, then is filed for Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Go lens.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, about 4 minutes ago, we had an aircraft report light to moderate turbulence from the surface to flight level 150.
Copy all. Thanks for the heads up for Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Let's go to FMS now that we've been cleared direct to lens. Again, we're still hand flying. Bring the nose up, bring the nose up. We're in IMC here, it gets tricky. Clean the flaps up. Let's get an N2 sync here, turbine. And you can see my FMS is pulling up the next sequence from lens, so I'm still hand flying. I'm gonna intercept lens.
0 Charlie Charlie, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 for Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. I've got it set to 45,000 because I know they're going to keep telling me to step up little by little. Okay, after takeoff, checklist gear up, no indicators, flaps up, engine sync, set the turbine. Everything's looking good.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, contact Denver Center on 132.85.
13285 for Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Denver Center, Citation 720 Charlie Charlie, RNAV lens at 17,300, climbing flight level 340.
Citation 720 Charlie Charlie, Denver Center, good afternoon.
There we go, we're flying the track. Now we can arm nav and autopilot. Booyah. Let's go auto throttle, FMS, there we go. Hands are off the controls completely. And we're through transition altitude. Set altimeters to standard. 2992. It'll correct itself there. All right, fellas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over the comms to my first officer, and I got to make a quick phone call, and then I will continue as we are continuing this climb up to 45,000 feet. So just hang tight, enjoy the views, and hopefully my my co-pilot does not mess things up. So let me check in with him first.
Citation 0, Charlie, Charlie. Climb and maintain flight level 390.
Climb and maintain flight level 390 for Citation 720, Charlie, Charlie. Co-pilot, Captain Gonzo over here. How do you hear?
Loud and clear, Captain Gonzo.
Co-pilot, if you don't mind, can you handle communications from now on?
Sure thing, Captain Gonzo. I'll take over the comms from here.
All right, guys, he's going to handle comms and exchanges, so we'll continue this climb. Give me a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Citation 0, Charlie, Charlie. Climb and maintain flight level 450.
Climb and maintain flight level 450, Citation 720, Charlie, Charlie.
All right, I'm back, everybody. What did I miss? Anything crazy? At least my co-pilot is handling comms very well. There we go. Looks like we're making that turn by Jesse. And continuing outbound to Kremlin. And that'll be our transition out of the whatchamacallit, the SID, Standard Instrument Departure. Awesome. Now I can delete this. I'm going to pull up MSP, KMSP, enter. Let's figure out a few things so I can kind of get ahead of it by now. By the way, I know I might be biased because I love FlightFX, but their VAMS, their Virtual Aircraft Management System, which is just the EFB, that's what they call it, It's one of my favorites. Very intuitive, very simple, no nonsense, and everything just functions. Primo G saying Copilot had me stressed. He took too many seconds to respond. Yeah, it does that sometimes, man. Sometimes I'm sitting there like, yo, you alive? Like, you're gonna do your job or what? And they do. They respond. And this is the latest build of Say Intentions, by the way. There's a few more features added that I read through the NOTAM that they send every Friday. Brian, he's the creator of this program. And because Captain Flacco and I are partners with the product, again, we pay for it. We're not sponsored. We don't get free memberships. We pay for it. They give us NOTAMs of their latest releases, their updates, and what kind of changes they're making. And I think by the end of this year, Say Intentions is going to be insane. Just my opinion. I am heavily biased. And again, I do have Beyond ATC as well, but I just prefer the authenticity that Say Intentions provide. But anyways, going back to the VAMs, I love it. Very simple to use. Let's go ahead and look at the airport info. So I know where I'm parking. It's going to be right here. General Aviation. It's parking 16. That's how Flight Sim calls it. Hey, DX, you were cleared to flight level 450, I think. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I've got the autopilot already set to 45,000, so we're A-okay. Thanks for the heads up. Primoji. All right, so I'm just looking for field elevation first. We're expecting runway 30 left, which would be perfect, because if we touch down and vacate Whiskey 5, Whiskey 7, it'll feed us right into the ramp. It'll be a short taxi. And it looks like elevation there is 814 feet. Okay. ATIS, we'll pick it up later. 120.8. Our star is going to be Torgi. Makes sense. We're coming from the southwest, heading northeast. There's Swan, our transition. By the way, guys, there's never a moment that is too early to brief your arrival and your approach. You could forget certain things like your minimums if you don't write them down or set them on your avionics, but it's never a bad idea to get ahead of everything and just familiarize yourself with what to expect. So that's what I'm doing here. Swan, inbound on that course 61 or 061 degrees to Eric's. Eric's has to be at 280 knots at or above flight level 240. So let me check my FMS, make sure that is configured properly. There it is, 280 at or above flight level 240. Perfect. I always like to double check. I do update my nav data regularly, especially when the updates are available, but I like to confirm that. There's Torgi. And then for runways 30 left, it's only seen 30. Oh, here we go. Yada, 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 yada. Okay. There's the airport. So we can expect to come in Jaden, Haiti, Bernaville, Lysol, and then leaders 210, 8,000, and there it is. Landing runways 4, 17, 22, and 30 left. Perfect. There's nothing really here that stands out. Speed restriction: jet aircraft descend via Mach number until 280 knots. If unable, advise ATC. Okay. I feel confident with that, and let's go ahead and set up our approach now. Why not, right? ILS localizer 30 left. Here we go. What did we say was our initial approach? If it's GQ, I think I'm going to set Hampton. I'm going to do that because it makes sense coming from the southern area of the airport to Hampton. Anyways, ATIS, there it is. Minneapolis approach. Our towers for whatever runway, so we can expect 126.7. Localizer frequency is 110.3. We'll set that up now. And our final approach course will be 301 degrees. Narco, it's our final approach fix. Looks like that'll be 3,000. Decision altitude 1,023. Let's go ahead and set that up.
Alaska 783, descend and maintain 17,000 feet. Cleared for the Chins 5 arrival into Seattle.
Descending to 17,000. Cleared for the Chins 5 arrival.
We'll do 1030 on the barrel. There we go. You just round up to the next available. There's our airport elevation, touchdown zone elevation. Minimum safe altitude is 3,500 around the GEP Gopher VOR. Missed approach, climb to 1,300, then climbing left turn 3,000 on heading 275 outbound on the Gopher. No, that's not Gopher. Where's FGT? I don't see it. Interesting. Anyways, FGT VOR radio 3182 to WOSEP, and we're going to hold at 11.8 DME from Gopher. Oh, okay, I see now. Okay. DME radar is required. Simultaneous approach is authorized for runway 30 right and ILS runway 35. Converging vertical glide slope indicator and ILS glide path not coincident because the VGSI angle is 3 degrees. Threshold crossing height 78 feet. Makes sense. There's the profile view. Avis has to be at or above 4,000. Narco at or above 3,000. Maltese cross. Get a good capture. On our final approach, we're probably going to be around the 120, so 637 feet per minute, or about 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Got PAPI lights. We've got the approach lighting sequence with flash, I believe. Missed approach procedure brief there, or summarized. Minimums 1023 or 200 feet above ground level with the radar altimeter. That's decision height. Runway visual range 1,800 feet, or 1/2 statute mile. Cool. If the localizer's out, minimums go up to about 200 feet. You can see that. That's because we lose our vertical guidance. So minimums automatically go up a little bit. And then that goes to 397 above ground level. RVR goes up as well. And if we're circling to land, look at those minimum decision altitudes, because now this becomes a non-precision approach. But we're not expecting that. I don't think flight sim is that advanced to where you can simulate a glide slope being out of service. I'm happy with that brief. I know what to expect for now. Once we get closer, we'll start configuring a few more things, but we're good. Bring back the Torgi 4 RNAV arrival. Leave it there. See how we're looking. We're at 45,000 feet. Let's turn off the seatbelt signs. Floodlight. Oh, wow. Landing lights are still on. Whoopsie. Wing inspection lights off. Let's check our pressurization. No longer showing a climb, showing about 45,000. Cabin altitude is about 6,500 feet. Good PSI, showing what is that? 8.8, 8.9 PSI. That's good. Everything looks good, guys. Look at the lighting, man. This is beautiful. And I love how when I zoom in, nothing's blurry. Everything is crystal clear. Look at that. Look at the texture. And this is why I am obsessed with the Citation 10. It's, in my opinion, that airplane that I can always come back to and enjoy it. Like with the Phoenix, it's one of those high fidelity aircraft, right? Especially for Airbus lovers. I don't know. I just get bored of airline flights every now and then, and that's why I switch over to hot rods like this, like the Citation 10. Look at the view. Look at the altitude we're cruising at, 45,000 feet. Getting speeds that a lot of people wish they can have. Nowadays, Gulfstream with the G700, G800, and even the 650, Bombardier with the Global, what is it, 7500, those suckers can haul pretty fast as well, up in these cruise levels and even higher. Keep in mind the Citation 10 is a product of the late 70s and 80s, I believe. So not the newest, not the greatest thing, especially this variant that we're flying. Now you'll see the Citation X Plus. It has a Garmin updated avionics. I think slightly different platforms on the engines, or power plants I should say, but for the most part it's an older airplane, but it was built for one purpose. It's to look good, fly good, and to fly faster and higher than pretty much everybody else, and that's why I love it. And FlightFX always delivers with their products. Let's look at our ground speed, by the way. Look at that. 539 knots across the ground. We're ripping right now. 21 minutes since we took off, by the way. 34 knots tailwind, 32 crosswind. I can live with that. There's the route. Auto throttle's managing our power as necessary. Let's do the progress check. 13 minutes to Chewy, 3.9 thousand pounds when we get there, and to our destination, we're showing 2,000 pounds of gas. I like it. 626 nautical miles, an hour and 10 minutes. There's the progress so far. 466 till our top of descent. Fuel is updating live. No cross-track errors, that's good. So we're right down the middle of that magenta line. Looking good. And there's our wind component, 273 degrees true and 47 knots. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ground speed 545. It just picked up. Ooh, baby. Keep going. Let's go supersonic. Come on. What am I cruising at? Let's step it up a little bit. Let's go manual. No, let's go back to manage. Hold up. I'll switch this. No. Check this out. Performance, cruise. Let's go. See if it'll let me. Did it take it? Okay, we'll specify. Let's do 250. See if I'll flirt with that overspeed. There we go. Here we go, guys. Watch that speed. Again, we're in manage mode, FMS mode, so I'm letting the auto throttle do everything. Let's watch that ground speed keep building up. And as we continue on this northeast heading, those winds are going to be even more favorable. There's the Mach number. Let's see how fast we can get. You guys know I don't ever fly conservatively. I burn all of the virtual Jet A that I can. There we go, holding about just shy of Mach 9.1. There we go. Come on, baby. All right, she's going to be happy there. And look at that, 564 across the ground, true airspeed 522. If there was anybody else up here with me, we'd be smoking them. Holy crap, look at that weather. That is badass. Let's go back here. You're still talking to yourself, girl? She always does this. I call her Mary. She's very anxious. I don't like this girl, man. She always makes me anxious when I'm flying around. What's up with Lewis here? This guy looks like a Lewis. Oh, he took some Adderall. He is zoned out, brother. What you doing there? Hands where I can see them, boss. I'll start throwing hands up in here. What's up with Susie back here? Susie's just like... I know why she did this. She wants to be near the lab. Go ahead, I got you, girl. Do your thing. Come on. Prime OG, you hit it right on the nail, brother. Flight sims are the best thing ever. Look at this, man.
Citation 0, Charlie Charlie. Contact Denver Center on 120.575.
Contacting Denver Center on 120.575. Citation 720, Charlie Charlie.
Look at that weather, man. That's beautiful.
Denver Center, citation 720, Charlie Charlie.
It's an airport over there.
You flight level 450.
Citation 720, Charlie Charlie, Denver Center. Good afternoon.
Look at that, the dark blue up here. Rex Atmos really comes in clutch, guys. It really helps you fine-tune the colors, the cloud coverage. And yeah, so what I've been mentioning to several people now, I know I've had questions in the chat before, what presets do I use? Well, there's a guy out there, he makes his own presets. I think he goes by Matthew P. So instead of Matthew ending in W, it's just M-A-T-T-H-E-U-P. And he's got 3 presets for each category, right? Atmos, Enviro, and Weather. And I just automatically have Rex Atmos fire up those 3 when I load it up into the sim. And every single time I am amazed with how good the sim environment looks and feels in comparison to real life, like colors, right? Because sometimes the default sim just doesn't get it right. However, I will say I've noticed with early morning or evening flights, the colors from the sim naturally are actually very, very good, very good looking. But Rex Atmos takes it to that next step, right? Just a little bit better, more realistic. And Captain Flacco and I, specifically him, Captain Flacco, started using them on several videos ago, and I'm like, dude, what are you using? I need to have those presets, because I could tell by watching the video at home that it wasn't just the default sim. The weather looked good, the clouds in the distance, the haze. I was mind blown with how good it looked. So I was like, dude, you got to tell me what preset you're using now. And he hooked it up, man. He sent me a screenshot from the flight sim forums recommending we use that preset or those presets. So again, Rex Atmos doesn't get any better than that. And let's go outside real quick. Look at that thing, man. Look at this rocket. I don't want to zoom in too much because then the ground textures look kind of blurry at a distance. Just pan around a little bit like a little air-to-air cinematic take. All right, if you guys are in the comments, let me know what airplane looks better than the Citation 10. I'll wait. Nothing looks sexier than this. Okay, maybe Gulfstream. G550, G650, 700, 800. Okay, you got me, B-Pod. Nothing out there on the ramp looks as good as this damn thing does. Prime saying my Super Hornet. Okay, alright, I got you. Super Hornet is a good looking bird. Although I'm a fan of the Legacy Hornet, by the way. The Charlie and the Delta models, I think they look better than the Supers, but that's just my opinion. Like when the Blue Angel switched over to the Supers, I was like, eh. But I get it. I want you guys to focus on the fuselage of this Citation 10. When you see it, you just know it's built for speed. Here, let's go closer. Look at that thing. If I didn't know anything about planes and I saw this on a ramp, I would know one thing for sure. This thing goes fast. That's all you need to know. Prime, I know how much you love that thing, bro, so trust me, it's all good. Hey, by the way, SpaceX is launching Falcon 9. Oh, from California. Okay, never mind. They launched the Falcon Heavy earlier today. I don't even watch it. I've seen so many Falcon 9 launches and the Falcon Heavy now from where I work at in the Space Coast. It's just, it gets mundane, you know, it's just another day in the business. But yeah, look at this thing, guys. I really wish the military would use the Citation 10, man. I know there's probably a couple out there in use by, like, you know, higher ranking officers and stuff like that, and VIP transport. But what I mean is, I wish there was like a dedicated use for the aircraft. You know how, like, you guys probably seen, right, the 737. You've got the P-8 Poseidon, which is what the Navy uses for submarine hunting and surveillance and stuff like that. Pretty cool when you see a 737 with weapons and all that and ordnance installed. But I wish the Air Force, like, trained on the Citation 10 and used it actively. I don't know if they ever did. Maybe they did. I'm just unfamiliar. But if I could still be enlisted in the Air Force, gotten commissioned, and got in a flying slot, and they told me, hey, you can't fly fighters, but you can be on the Citation 10, I would have been happy. Very happy for the rest of my life. Aloha Jay, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Can't get enough of this plane, man. It's too damn good. Agreed. It's just all around the perfect jet for literally anything. You got a short field, you got to take off or land? Citation 10. You got to get there fast? Citation 10. You got to get a lot of gas, climb higher than everybody else? Citation 10. You want to look good and feel good? Citation 10. Need I say more? It's awesome. And I love the CRT displays because of this. Here, let's go down. You can kind of see, did they update this? No, the curvature is kind of gone from the displays. They look like LCD screens now. Unless I'm remembering incorrect. I mean, you can kind of see it there on the outline. But yeah, I could have sworn these bulged out a little bit more. Anyways, but I love the details inside the cockpit. We don't have functioning circuit breakers, I think, yet. No. But to me, that is not a deal breaker. I don't simulate failures too often, and I don't need to troubleshoot LRUs, right, when I'm flying. I just want the airplane to function. If it has VNAV and LNAV capabilities and I can get from point A to point B as realistically as possible, then I am happy with that. And so that's why I enjoy coming back to the Citation 10. And also, I got to confess, I was looking through my notifications for our channel. Sometimes we check them, sometimes we don't, guys. You know, life is busy outside of flight simming. And somebody just commented a few hours ago on one of my older Citation 10 videos, and he was just saying how good the plane looked, the camera work, and I was like, you know what? Not only did I fly the Citation 10 yesterday in X-Plane 12, I missed this thing because it's truly a joy to fly. I feel connected to it. I feel like it just responds well. Keith is asking, what about the Citation Longitude? Yeah, that is a good-looking plane. So I've always said this in previous live streams and videos. When you look at the Citation 10 and you park it right next to a Citation Longitude, they're actually, you can see the evolution. So Textron kind of took that profile from the Citation 10 and eventually developed into the Citation 700, or the C700, which is the Longitude. When I was a ramp worker, the Longitude was still a prototype, and they brought out the Latitude first. If you're unfamiliar, the Latitude is a Sovereign that's just been updated. A little bit more capabilities, right? More gross weight, better performance, better everything. But what was I saying? So the Longitude came after the Latitude. The Longitude, I think, does fly farther than the Citation 10. I could be wrong with that. But Captain Flacco and I actually did a race about a year ago. I flew this thing. He flew the Longitude from Teterboro to like Atlanta. And I had to purposely slow the aircraft down to let him catch up because the Citation 10 was just booking it. So, yeah, you do get a better cabin. One of the things the Citation Latitude and Longitude now offer is no longer having the trench here. You see this trench? This is very common in a lot of these general aviation private jets now. For this category, this is like a mid-size, I think medium-sized cabin. What the Latitude and Longitude did, they removed this trench, and now you have a nice flat floor. They do have a roomier cross-section, so the cabin is a little bit wider and taller. I've actually stood inside the Longitude and the Latitude in real life, and I'm 5'10". I can stand up perfectly fine. On the Citation 10, once you climb aboard, you kind of have to crouch a little bit because you tend to hit the top really easily. So that's one of the changes they made on the Citation Longitude and Latitude family, which is just the next evolution of private jets from Textron or Cessna. But it is a good jet, man. The Longitude is a beautiful jet. It's, like I said, I every time I see it, I'm just like, it's just a bigger Citation 10. That's what it looks like. Aloha saying, I flew this from Los Angeles to Honolulu and it was a blast. Oh man, I bet. And yeah, I got you, brother. And the sim, yeah, so in terms of performance in the sim, the Longitude is one of the default airplanes that is better than most other default airplanes, but it is not perfect. Actually, Captain Flacco has a video on our page, or our channel, with tutorials on how to fly the thing. And it's nice because you've got the Garmin suite, right? So if you're familiar with Garmin avionics, it should be pretty simple. It's got an interactive walk around. You can open up access doors. It's nice, but it's still buggy at times, as that's the common thing with a lot of the default airplanes in Flight Sim 2024. So I stay away from it. Haven't flown it in a long time, and that's why I always keep coming back to payware add-ons like the FlightFX Citation 10. It's just perfect. In my opinion, it is absolutely perfect. And since day one, it was flawless, in my opinion. The only issues I remember were when Sim Update 3 or Sim Update 4 were in effect. Once they were native to the sim, the displays will not be properly bright enough. You would turn on the aircraft, you would get your avionics and ECAS power on, and you're looking and everything is blacked out. Well, it wasn't blacked out. It was just that there was a bug with the sim update, and so FlightFX had to update the jet around the sim update in order to properly show the displays in their true brightness. And the only way you can tell that they were on is if you flew nighttime, you could just barely see your symbology right on your PFD and your MFD and so on. But other than that, I've never had issues with the plane at all. No performance issues. Everything's functioned perfectly. We've got a weather radar. We've got TCAS that works, VNAV, LNAV. I mean, I don't need to keep talking about it much further. It's just a perfect airplane in my opinion. Prime is saying, I'm 7 feet in my dreams. He's talking about his height, guys. Yeah, I wish, man. I wish I could say I'm 6 feet. I'm not. I'm 5'10". Maybe with some good boots on. Aloha. I had no idea these private jets could go so far high and fast before I got into simming. Yeah, dude. You gotta remember the Citation 10, just like its other brothers and aircraft in similar categories, are there for private owners or fractional ownership companies like NetJets. Flew them a lot back in the day. Wheels Up. What's the other company? Exojet had them, and there's an appeal and a market for these airplanes, right? If you needed to go from Van Nuys to, I don't know, I don't think you can make it to Florida. That'd be a hell of a stretch, although I think I saw it once on a ferry flight. But point is, if you want to go far, get there fast, comfortably, on a aircraft that looks good and flies good, that's where the Citation 10 and all the other jets are at, right? And so it's just a market out there for people, especially business owners that need to be all over the country, all over the world at any given time. So it's not just about the vanity, right, of saying I have a jet. It's that some people legit have a business need or business needs to get from point A to point B all over the world, man. And that's why I loved working the ramp for Signature. I got exposed to so many airplanes that I had no idea even existed, and so I love them. General aviation for me is the ultimate way to fly. It's phenomenal. Airliners are cool, don't get me wrong. They're essential to the industry, but general aviation has a huge chunk of that market, and it is for a reason. Hey, Aloha J, 5'8's pretty good in my books, man. That's okay. And you know what? There is no such thing as bad height, you know? Let's see where we're at. $295 miles toward top of the descent. I might speed it up. I don't feel like waiting up here. Checking our pages on the MFD. Electrical's looking good. Hydraulics look good.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, contact Denver Center on 126.325.
No emergency messages.
Contact
Good.
Denver Center on 126.325, citation 720 Charlie Charlie.
Yeah,
Denver
aloha.
Center, citation
Hold on.
720 Charlie Charlie. Good afternoon at flight level 450.
Citation 720, Charlie Charlie, Denver Center. Good afternoon.
That guy sounded like a Northeastern controller. Aloha. So he's asking, is it the CRJ that shares the A10 Warthog engines? Yes. Those are the CF34 power plants by, is it GE or Honeywell? Okay, I'm going to say no. Hold on. Let me Google that. I'm over here talking out of my rear end. GE, General Electric. So CF34, the A10 in the military is called the TF34. But yes, all the Challenger jets, right? The Challenger 600, the 604, 605, 650s, and the CRJs, with the exception of the, I want to say that like the 900 and the 1000, they have a slightly different power plant. I could be wrong though. Anyways, yes, they're pretty much the same power plant, just obviously derated for commercial use. But when the Challengers fly overhead or they're taking off, if you pay attention, they kind of sound like an A10, almost, not exactly 100% similar or identical, but they do have a similarity, and it's pretty awesome. And one of the things I love about the CF-34s, when the Challengers would taxi out of the ramp, they would go to idle, and they would do this weird thing, what I still don't understand fully. The reverse buckets, the reverse thrust buckets would actually activate, and in the Challengers, it's the slider, right? That's the type of cowling it's got. The reverse would slide open, and it made a funny noise, like the actuator, whatever it is, it made like a squeak, and it was so fun to hear that thing, man. Again, little details for av geeks like ourselves that I just appreciate it. Prime, Gonzo, can you buy me a 777 and a Super Hornet? Do you think I'm made out of money, bro? Dude, I work for a living, brother. I got a house, I got a mortgage to pay, I've got car notes, I've got loans, you name it, I've got it all, brother. So, and if I bought you a 777 or a Super Hornet, I'd be flying it first, bro. Aloha. Yeah, so in the Air Force, I did see some cool planes and helicopters, but my job in the Air Force was nothing with aviation, funny enough. You know, people always ask me, oh, what did you fly? And it's like a desk. That's what I did. I was communications, so I worked with a lot of radio equipment, with a ground unit, pararescue. You never heard of them. PJs, what we call them. They're crazy guys. They jump out of airplanes, they kick in doors, they carry some cool gear, and they're also field trauma experts. So if you need surgery in the middle of a battlefield, they got you. So I handled radios for those guys and helped them on their missions. But most of my aviation influence and what do you call it, exposure to aviation happened in the civilian side with Signature when I worked as a line service technician, especially here in Central Florida. I saw so many airplanes and helicopters, military, civilian, private, cargo, you name it. I fielded it all, towed it all. Yeah, everything, man. It's just awesome. Yeah, Prime, we'll share, brother. It's all good. I'm just telling you, I'm going to fly those things first, especially the 777. Come on, bro. Yeah, Aloha. Dude, there's so many jobs out there, you would be surprised. There's career fields in the military that you wouldn't even think were a military function. And that's not to talk down on those career fields. It's just that they're not, nothing they do is military per se, right? But every branch has their functions, and every branch has a necessity for those type of people, and some people excel in those careers, and hey, more power to them. Prime is saying gas finna cost a whole house and a half. Yeah, bro. I drive a truck every day, and yeah, V8s like gas. Jay, yeah. So civilian side is where I got most of my exposure to aviation, bro. But in the Air Force, I did get to see some cool planes as well, and military aviation, of course, it's a whole another ball game. That was my dream, man. I wanted to be a fighter pilot my whole life, and well, here I am, flying virtual planes. I am currently doing my instrument rating training. I've been flying for the past 3 weeks now. That's why I've been really busy, not getting online as often. So I'm flying the Cessna G1000 around Central Florida, putting holes through clouds, man, and it's fun. So Aloha Jay, what is stopping you from working in the aviation world, brother? Is it, I mean, obviously don't have to get too detailed, but I know working the ramp with aviation is not the greatest salaries. You know, you don't make that much money, really, which is sad, because if that role paid me what I make today with my current employer, I'd still be there happily. But what's stopping you, man? What is it? It's like just where you're working at now? Is it just something that you don't think you could do? Like, what is it, man? Aviation's everywhere, bro. You can try it. All right. While Jay responds, let's speed it up a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Jay, bro, you're good, man. 36? Nah. You're good, man. Trust me. There's no such thing as too late, especially for aviation, man. Let me let the auto throttle catch up. There we go. Yeah, man, there's no such thing as too late. 36 is not too old, believe it or not, man. I've known pilots that started their flying career in their 40s. Now, there's some, obviously some, what do you call that? Not disclaimers. What's the word I'm looking for? Stipulations, especially as it comes to your medical. That's the first thing you have to have before you go be a student pilot. I think you need to have a FAA medical done by a designated examiner from the FAA. And so as long as you're good there and you can get a class 3, which is the lowest, class 3 gives you the ability to execute your private pilot privileges and is valid for 5 years depending on your age bracket. So that's all that really matters, man. Okay, I see. So your eyes were the issue. Got it. Hey, I get it, man. But at least you get to do it here in the virtual skies, man. So that's the best part. We get to live our dreams just like you and I. I fly real world, but it's just a hobby. I can't really step out now from my current career path and then just go into depth to try to get a job as a commercial pilot or even a contract pilot. It's just, I don't know. I always hear from people that did this for a living, from people flying NetJets and FlexJet and flying airliners. They're making a ton of money, but they always told me, fly when you feel like it, not when you're told to do so. And I was like, interesting. Yeah, dude. In their 40s, I promise you, man, I'm not lying. I've met some older gentlemen and women that started their aviation careers later on. They were financial individuals. They were office workers, 9 to 5s, and one day they got fed up and they said, I'm gonna go fly a plane. And it worked out, man. Trust me, there's a lot of limitations that we tell ourselves, and sometimes it's not true. And with the eye problem, I've seen some workarounds with that. Again, it's going to be down to the FAA and whoever the examiner is to determine whether or not you're capable of flying with some type of corrective lens or glasses or whatever. But never too late, man. All right, let's start speeding up. 1, 2. Make sure I got to the top of the sun. I'm gonna try to go to bed at a decent time. It is 10:31 p.m. here in Central Florida, and I'm getting older now. By 10 o'clock, my eyes are droopy, if you can't tell, and I want to get up around 6:30 in the morning, start my day off nice and bright. I forgot how many times I sped up the rate. All right, we'll check on that in a second. Yeah, Jay, anytime, brother. That's why I love interacting with you and and people in the chat. Sometimes it's just a matter of clarifying any doubts you might have, and I'll tell you the best that I can. And if I'm wrong, hey, man, feel free to call me out on the next live stream and be like, hey, dude, there's actually a cutoff. But as far as I know, I've heard crazy stories, man, of people starting their flying careers very, very late in their years, and you know, sometimes that's not a bad thing, especially us men.
0 Charlie Charlie, contact Minneapolis Center on 124.875.
Contacting Minneapolis Center on 124.875. Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Minneapolis Center, citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Good afternoon with you, flight level 450.
Citation 720 Charlie Charlie, Minneapolis Center. Good afternoon.
But yeah, what I meant to say with that was, I remember when I started flying about 10 years ago, right? I was in my 20s. Us guys, we're dumb, right? When we're young, dumb, and we're full of ambition, and some of us want to pretend we're fighter pilots in a Cessna. So while I will not say that I did illegal things or dangerous things when I started flying, I will say I was more prone to taking risks where I could have been more conservative. And now that I've matured, right, I'm older, now I have a son, I have a family at home. When I'm flying, I take it much more seriously than when I did when I was single, young, and just living at home with mom and pop, right? I didn't I didn't have the same mentality. And so I guess there's a good thing, right, about starting your aviation career a little bit later on in life, because you've already matured, you've grown, you've experienced the real world a lot more. You know what it's like to manage your finances, etc. And I feel like flying is one of those hobbies or careers where it's amazing. It's truly a unique experience in your life, and something that probably 10% of humanity ever can say they ever did. Maybe less. I could be wrong with those values, but it's also very dangerous, right? And it's a responsibility that you have to take seriously. And so now that I'm older, fortunate to say wiser, because again, I consider myself wiser from the lessons learned. And now that I'm flying instrument, things are changing a lot. There's a lot of attention to detail. I just feel like I'm more conservative now with my approach to flying. And so what I'm trying to say is, it's probably a good thing. I'm not saying everybody has to start later, right? But it's not a bad thing to start later in life, because you're going to see it maybe a little bit differently than some of these young bucks that are starting when they're very, very early, late teens or even earlier. Now, again, that's not a dig at people that are starting their flying careers early. Nothing wrong with that. It's amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful hobby, beautiful career path to follow. But I think, you know, there has to be a level of respect that you hold towards the trade, to where, you know, you can't just pull over in the air. You can't take the time to pause and think things through. You have to act on the fly, on the go, every single minute, every single second you're flying, especially when you are pilot in command. Same UNC. What does that mean, Prime OG? My bad, man. I'm not tracking. Hold on. Let me get sim rate, buddy. I need to see what my sim rate's currently at. I think I'm at 1 time, but... there we go. Sim rate bandit. That's the name.
Sim rate 1.
Okay, we're good. We're at sim rate 1. Disconnect. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Speeding things up again. Top of descent is that diamond, the TOD, right after Swan, so I gotta be ready for that. Making sure the autopilot doesn't go crazy now. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There we go, back to 1 times, or the normal rate. We're at 14 miles from Swan. VNAV is armed. That's good. I'm gonna wait for that call from approach or from center.
Citation 0, Charlie Charlie. Descend via Torgy 4 to 7000 Swan, transition into Minneapolis. Altimeter 3005.
There we go. That's the call that I was expecting.
7000 Swan, transition into Minneapolis. Altimeter 3005. Citation 720 Charlie Charlie.
So if you're not familiar, what he's saying is, hey, look at your published STAR, standard terminal arrival, and descent via the Torgy for arrival. So all these altitude and speed constraints, as published, is what air traffic control is expecting us to respect and abide by. So we can just monitor our FMS, look at all the waypoints, and make sure that we're going to correspond with that. Let's get the passenger safety on. And then I got to reset my pressurization to our landing field elevation, which is about 1,000 feet above ground level. Or above sea level, sorry. There we go, waiting for that descent now. There's the magenta triangle. As that starts to drop, the aircraft will then follow that descent path via the VNAV path. So watch it as we get near that top of the descent. Watch the magenta triangle there. And here, let's pull up the vertical situation display, vertical profile. That'll show our trajectory and our descent to make sure that we're going to hit those altitude targets as published. Coming up right on it. There it goes. There we go.
Citation 0, Charlie Charlie. Contact Minneapolis Center on 127.1.
Contacting Minneapolis Center on 127.1. Citation 720, Charlie Charlie.
And here we are entering that arrival.
Minneapolis Center, Citation 720, Charlie Charlie. Good afternoon, maintaining flight level 450. Citation 720, Charlie Charlie, Minneapolis Center, good afternoon.
Oh, okay, Primo G, my bad. I got it now. Same uncle. I see now. You calling me old, dog? I'm not that old. All right, let's see if we can pick up ATIS now for Minneapolis. 13535. Let's get COM 2.
Instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information X-ray. Minneapolis-St. Paul, information X-ray. 1953 Zulu. Arriving runways 30 right, 35, 30 left. Departing runways 30 right, 30 left. Wind 280 at 11 gusting 17. Visibility 10. Scattered at 7500, broken at 9000. Temperature 11, dew point -4. Altimeter 3005. Density altitude 400 feet. Tower backup operations may cause slight delays in service today. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information X-ray. Minneapolis-St. Paul, information X.
All right, we've got the weather. Information X-ray is current. We're expecting 30 left. That is valid for the arrivals. Winds 280 at 11 gusting 17. Visibility is 10 miles. We got some broken and scattered clouds as we descend. Nothing crazy though. Temperature 11, altimeter 3005, and density altitude 400. Perfection. Everything's looking good. You see Eric's at 280 at or above 240 or 240, but it did tell me to descend via the Mach number until 280. So that's fine. We're okay. And I'm going to tell my co-pilot that from now on I'll handle communications because I like to get busy, get my head down, and focus on what I consider to be the best part of every flight is our descent and our arrival sequence. Hey, co-pilot, what's your name, by the way?
Hey there, I'm Alice Flight Simmer. I stream on YouTube and Twitch, and I make flight simulator peripheral mods on Etsy. Hooly doolies, it's great to be flying with you.
Holy doolies, mate. Welcome aboard. Hey, Aussie, I'll handle communications from now. Just monitor the... Just do pilot monitoring duties for now. I'll fly and communicate with control.
Right, Captain Gonzo, I'll keep an eye on things while you handle the comms.
There we go. We see a descent rate. Differential pressure's looking good. We set it to our landing field elevation. That's what I want to see. Making sure the cabin is depressurizing as we descend. So we've got hard altitude constraint there at 8,000 feet. Well, he told us to descend to 7,000. We'll see what happens as we get near. Sync the heading bug. There we go. Vertical profile's looking good. We're on a good trajectory there on the VNAV path to intercept our waypoints as published. Let's go ahead and do our landing config. All right, let me grab my weather info here. OAT, outside air temperature 11. The pressure altitude will be changing once we reset our altimeters after transition altitude. Winds were 280 at 11. Can I type in gusts? I've never tried that. Nope. Okay. Runway condition is dry per the METAR. 265 feet of width on that runway. Good lord, that's a big runway. Density altitude, there she is. Anti-ice will be off. Flaps 35. Landing weight. Let's go to landing data. VAP 119, VREF 114, so our approach speed of 119. But because we are experiencing some gusts, I'm going to probably approach it like 122, 125, just to give myself a little bit of a threshold. Remember, gusts can surprise you all of a sudden, and so if you're already at your VREF speed and all of a sudden that wind gust kicks up, now you're in a uncomfortable situation. So I'm going to keep my speed. I'm going to say 125 for the approach. I'll make a note of that, and then we're going to aim for 114 on the VREF. Descent checklist, set landing field elevation, set windshield heat on to low, set. Landing data has been put into the McDo's here for our FMS. Minimums are set, 1030. We got to get our final approach course set. Other than that, I am happy. Oh, let's go to the arrival approach. Let's go to Hampton. I think it was Hampton. Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want to go to GQ. It makes no sense to come around this way. We're still good. There we go. Let's go to the plan page over here on the FO side. Let's go to flight plan next. There we go. So you can see after leaders, we'll expect radar vectors. I set up Hampton. I can already assume ATC is going to give me vectors to intercept that localizer and get ourselves established. So we'll see what happens. Go to recall. There we go. Bring us back to our present pause. And we're 13 minutes away from Minneapolis, but that's going to change as we get established on this arrival. About to go through that weather here very soon. Have to keep an eye out. Check our temperature, make sure there's no icing. Vertical profile looking good. We're on the money. We're on the ball. Look at traffic. No factor. Got traffic below us there. Wonder if we can see him. He's only 1,000 feet below us, but the range here, what is that? Oh, that's 25 miles. Yeah. Final approach course is 301 degrees. Remember that, Gonzo. Remember that. 301 degrees. Here we go. If you guys are wondering where we're at, there's our plane on the thingy, going through the thingy, on the thingy. And then we're going to do this and then do a nice right turn, heading of 121 degrees on that course. And you see these black arrows? That means you've reached the end of your arrival, right? Per your transition and not your transition, but this is the last waypoint before you can expect vector. So this right here tells you, hey, if you've reached leaders and you have not been told to turn to a heading or do anything else, continue outbound on that heading 121 degrees until otherwise vector. That's what that means right there. So more likely than not, though, by the time we get to leaders, they're going to tell us, hey, depart leaders on a heading of 090, vectors for the ILS 30 left. But we'll see what Say Intentions does with us today. I've got good hopes. Let me drink some water. I've been talking a lot. Prime OG saying time to butter. Copy that, sir. I'm going to try to make you proud, brother. All right, boys and girls, I got a fresh Zen ready to go. God, this sim looks so damn good. I will say, guys, after trying out X-Plane, especially the Cessna.
Charlie, Charlie. Contact Minneapolis approach on 118.725.
118.725 for citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Minneapolis approach, citation 720 Charlie Charlie at 17,700. Descending to 7,000, Torgy 4 with X-ray.
Citation 720 Charlie Charlie, Minneapolis approach. Good afternoon, Minneapolis altimeter 3004. Expect the ILS runway 30 left approach into Minneapolis.
Altimeter 3004, we'll expect the ILS 30 left into Minneapolis for citation 720 Charlie Charlie. What I was going to say, guys, if X-Plane and Flight Simulator ever had a baby, we would be very, very blessed. The flight physics, the handling, the behavior of the airplane in X-Plane 12, I'm tired, guys, sorry, is drastically different to oh, my light died, sorry guys, background light is dead, but anyways, yeah, the physics in X-Plane are undeniable, and if it ever looked as good as Flight Simulator 2024 looks natively without all the mods and craziness, I'd probably be flying that more often. But after flying yesterday for a few hours, I was like, whoa, X-Plane's got it figured out, man. Yeah, Prime OG, that's what I'm saying, man. That Flight Factor 777 just came out not too long ago, right? And I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, man. Okay, so we got to cross Haiti at or above 9,000. I'm seeing that right there. And then let's see, from Haiti to Bernaville, we're going to be 5.7 miles. We got to slow down to 210. Okay. Weather's looking good. Everything's looking great. I'm going to bring up Sky Dolly for my replay. I'm going to need that a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Aloha, Jay. Especially the weather, how it's truly alive and changing and evolving in X-Plane. It's insane, man. I was very, very impressed, and I just have to dedicate more time to the sim because I'm so biased and such a flight simulator diehard enthusiast, and I'm also just very comfortable with this platform. X-Plane, I gotta learn all these new key commands, remap all of my controls, and so it just, yeah, it's gonna take me a while, but I wanna really practice and get back onto it, man. I feel like it truly helps, and like yesterday I was doing some flights that I did in real life on their instrument training, and I was like, whoa, this feels really good, man. Okay, let's get wing inspection light on. Let's go passenger safety. Let's go to seatbelt signs now. Nope, I don't want wine. Not yet. Close the doors. There we go. Altimeters are set 3004. Here we go. Right to turn now to Mover or Bernaville, whatever that is. Oh, we're going straight to Mauer. Okay. There's the speed restriction 210 at 8,000. I'm expecting here at any moment for site intentions to make me work even more. Aloha saying I flew X-Plane 11 for years, and when MSFS 20 came out with Bing world data, I haven't looked back. Yeah, man, that's the thing. The graphics, the world around you just looks so much more authentic too. It's just undeniable. Landing lights on. Below 10,000, we got to stay below 250 knots. We're okay. We're slowing down to 210. I'm going to sync my heading knob now. Let's go heading 121. And you know what? Now I'm going to go and switch over to heading. And now I can switch this to nav. There we go. Localizer 1. Approach 30 left. 301. That's what I need to do. There we go, and it makes sense. We're on a reciprocal heading now because we're flying downwind. Where's the airport? There it is. That big ol' area right there. That's Minneapolis-St.Paul. That's our runway right there, I think. Yep. There we go. So we're going to hold 8,000 because that is the altitude constraints as published. So we're going to stay right here. 210. Looking good, boys and girls. Let's see what ATC tells us. Come on. Oh, we're in heading mode. Doesn't matter. VNAV can come off.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie. I'll bring you back towards the airport in a moment. Turn right heading 135 vectors for the ILS runway 30 left approach.
All right, we're going to turn right heading 135 vectors for the ILS 30 left approach for Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. See, there we go. We were already anticipating vectors, so I switched over to heading mode. Set my HSI to nav instead of FMS because we're no longer following any LNAV or lateral navigation as we have it published or set on the Medusa. There we go. Look at that. We're getting DME to the localizer. IMSP identified. That is correct. 8.4 and increasing as we're flying downwind, right? We're extending this downwind away from the airfield. But I have no problems with that. And remember, landing field elevation is about 800 and something feet, so we're technically at 7,000-ish feet right now above ground level. That's why, but this is 8,000 feet MSL due to our altimeter setting. Prime is saying I began flight simming using the MagDog 80 on X-Plane 11. Now I'm locked in with the Boeing 777 and Phoenix A320. Been a run. Yeah, brother. Those two are great platforms, man. Phoenix is undeniably the GOAT, in my opinion, of airliners thus far. Sounds, textures, just everything works. Everything is there. They gave us that big update for free with the sharklets. I mean, again, the Phoenix, I personally got bored of it, but it's undeniable that it is truly the GOAT of airliners right now. All right, approach. Don't let me out here for too long. Kind of funny, we're flying directly towards our initial approach fix of Hampton, sort of. Just gotta listen in to see what they tell us now. Look at that, an hour and 31 minutes since we took the runway at Aspen. And we said what the total time was going to be, an hour and 47 minutes, and look at that, we're already ahead of schedule. Loving it. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Engine sync can come off. Let's do that now. Windshield heat can stay on low. Seatbelt signs on. Lights are on. Pressurization looks good. Pitot heat on. We've breached our approach. 30 left ILS. We know what to expect. And now we wait.
Citation 0, Charlie, Charlie, turn right, heading 155.
Right turn heading 155 for citation 720, Charlie, Charlie. Forget my honeycomb works as well. I gotta remember that. And I love having these cheat screws right here instead of having to look down.
Citation 0, Charlie, Charlie, descend and maintain 5,000 feet, turn left, heading 045, altimeter 3004.
Set and maintain 5,000, left turn heading 045, altimeter 3004 for citation 720, Charlie, Charlie.
Citation 0, Charlie, Charlie, 11 miles from ABES, turn right, heading 335, descend and maintain 4,000 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 30 left approach.
Huh, okay. Turn right heading 335, descend and maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS 30 left approach for citation 720, Charlie, Charlie. He said turn right. Nah. I'm gonna do what I want. Let's go vertical speed. I'm gonna go to manual. This thing sped up for whatever reason. There we go. Now you're going to see we're going to set ourselves up on a good intercept heading here to intercept that localizer. Now continue descending to 4,000. We've been cleared for the ILS 30 left approach, which means once we capture that localizer, we can begin descending as published. Okay, I'm going to arm... not yet. Not yet. I'm going to stay there. Let's keep descending. Let's get a little bit more aggressive. So we're coming from somewhere around here between Hampton and Dublin. There you go. 20.6 nautical miles now from the localizer. That is ground-based tracking. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Let's watch that edge HSI. Let's see what happens with that needle here as we get closer. I don't need my vertical profile anymore. And again, let's remind ourselves, we're going to approach at 125 knots due to the gusting winds. And we'll slow down to 119. No, 114 was our VREF. There we go. I'm starting to see some movement on the localizer. Very little, very little. Maybe not yet. Love the haze. I can't really see the field just yet. Oh, there it is. We're going to keep the speed up. Don't want to bog up that approach corridor. We got traffic. Looks like at 1 o'clock, 1,400 feet below us. Don't see them. It's 1,200 now below us, 1,100 below us, so we're about to level off around the same altitude as they are. A little bit above. We're good. Slow down. 200. Let's arm a nav. There we go. Localizer and approach. So now the aircraft's going to intercept the localizer, and it's going to capture that glide slope and begin descending. Yeah, aloha. I can't wait for the Neo. That's going to be badass, man. It's going to make the default Neos look like garbage. All right, let's slow down. There we go. Good localizer capture. Localizer flashing. Needle's alive. See the glide slope slowly coming in. Go to 150. Let's go slats and flaps 5. I've got the field in sight.
Citation 0, Charlie, Charlie. Contact Minneapolis Tower on 126.7.
126.7 for Citation 720, Charlie, Charlie. Minneapolis Tower, Citation 720, Charlie, Charlie on the ILS 30 left. Let's go gear down.
Citation 720, Charlie, Charlie, Minneapolis Tower, roger.
Start bringing it down to our approach speed. 9 miles from the localizer. 125. Let's go flaps full. Good glide slope capture. Established on the localizer. Beautiful.
Citation 0, Charlie, Charlie, runway 30 left, winds 330 at 12, gusting 16. Cleared to land. Caution bird activity.
Cleared to land runway 30 left for Citation 720, Charlie, Charlie. All right, caution bird activity, so we might see some birds over the runway threshold.
Contact ground on 133.575.
Okay, missed approach, climbed to 1,300, then climbing left turn to 3,000. So we're going to set our altitude 3,000 on the autopilot. On the heading 275, so we'll set our heading 275 now.
15, wind 340 at 4, runway 30 right, cleared to land.
Clear to land, 30 right, Sun Country 28.
For landing checklist, gear down in lock, 3 green, flaps full, engine sync off, lights on, pressurization looks good, autopilot set, missed approach, parameters briefed and set. Before landing checklist is complete. So we're going to touch down. We're going to let the nose come down. Once the nose is on the ground, hit the reverse thrust, and then we're going to go back to idle thrust above 65 knots indicated airspeed per the manual on the Citation 10. Letting her fly it for now. I'll do a manual approach here momentarily. Let's look outside. Look at this thing. Just beautiful looking plane. Oh, there's somebody on the approach there. Sun Country. It's probably gonna be a little bit faster than us. Isn't that beautiful? All right, let me get Sky Dolly to record. Recording is live. Let's go ahead and disengage the autopilot. My controls. Auto throttle is off. I've got the airplane. Switches to standby. Yeah, yaw damper's off. Let's watch our speed. Watching our glide slope.
Runway 30 left.
Looking good, guys. Looking good. The Citation 10 is really a pilot's plane, man. It flies so smoothly. I've trimmed her out. Barely any control inputs. I mean, winds are not terrible, so I can't really speak much. What the hell's going on in the water, by the way? Yeah, she flies so smoothly, man. Look at that. 2 white, 2 red. We ain't dead. Reduce power just a bit here. Looking good. Bring back power. Again, VREF 114. Bring back the power. Bring back the power. And let's just fly her home, boys and girls. Look at all the Delta airplanes there. There's the minimums. Continuing. Oh, there's the birds. Oh, no. No. Ooh, there we go. Speed brakes out. Bring the nose down gently. And reverse thrust. And 65 knots. Back to idle thrust.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, welcome to Minneapolis. Contact ground on 127.9 or 25.
Switching to ground for Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. All right. Beautiful. Look at that signature dead ahead.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, say again.
Switching to ground for Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. All right, let's stop the recording. Let's go watch that. That was a pretty decent landing, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go back.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, runway 30 left, winds 330 at 12, gusting 16, cleared to land.
Yeah, Jay, that is a beautiful approach. And yeah, I don't know what that was in the water. Probably the Loch Ness Monster. So we already saw what it looks like on the cockpit. Let's go look at the wing views. Isn't that awesome? This thing is just floating, man. 120 knots practically. Move nice and easy. Look at the roads, man. Everything just looks pretty good. I don't know what these boulders are in the middle of nowhere here, but photogrammetry is not perfect. And again, there's the black snake. Yeah, I've actually flown in here before. We're actually gonna fly up there in a couple of weeks. So, well, June for the Flight Sim Expo, so we're looking forward to seeing what kind of approach we get. That bridge looks a little funky. Here we go, coming over those rocks. Look at that, right over the trees, man. Here we go, let's go outside. Let's see how Captain Gonzo does it. Ooh, baby, come on, baby. Somebody give me that bread for that butter. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And reverse. There she goes. It always does that in the replays. It like stows the reverse buckets. Oh, one engine reverse. Oh, okay. I slammed the brakes too to get here on Whiskey 7. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Minneapolis-St.Paul. Please stay seated. Do not use the lab anymore, please, as we will charge you another $200 to your fare. Again, welcome to Minneapolis. Thank you for choosing that Flight Sim Channels Airways, and we hope you enjoy your stay here. All right, whatever. Let's go ahead and stop the replay. Stop. Damn, that was good. That was a good landing. It felt rougher up front, I'm not gonna lie. Chase is saying that the passengers even feel the landing. I don't think they realize we're on the ground, bro. Butter, baby. We hungry for butter sandwich. Gotta post that. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Might do that as a short. What was ground? Damn. Hold up. 127,925. Good lord. Here we are. All right. After landing checklist flaps up. Landing lights off. Windshield heat can come off. Wing inspection light off. Ground recognition lights off. Seat belts can stay on. Let's go ahead and fire up the APU. Give it a second and let's fire up. And there she goes. Minneapolis grounding, citation 720 Charlie Charlie, clear of runway 30 left at Whiskey 7, requesting taxi to signature.
Citation 0 Charlie Charlie, taxi to signature aviation by Whiskey 7, Whiskey 6, good day.
Whiskey 7, Whiskey 6 to signature for citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Here we go. Let me see, I did set up a GSX parking, so let me re-enable GSX. Not the gates, I'm looking for parkings. What parking is this though? 16, I think. Yep. There it is. Oh yeah, Chase, I don't blame you, man. That Caravan Pro is an absolute joy, but the Citation 10 is one of the GOATs, in my opinion, man. So definitely give her the attention she deserves. Go to flight plan. Let's go to nav. Actually, ident. There we go. Reset it. Taxi light can come off. Get the APU generator online. I see the marshaller. There's a staircase there, or yeah, ladders for some reason. I don't need ladders, bro. Got a door.
United 9766, ready for push.
United 9766, ready for push and start.
Push and start approved. United 9766.
Oh, almost perfect. Parking brake is on. She's telling me to kill the engines. APU generator is running. APU bleed is online. Let's kill the pedostatic heat. Engines to cut off. Oh, weather radar. Whoops. Beacon light can come off. Seatbelt signs off. Okay, that's a good shutdown. Everything looks okay here. What's... Oh, is that the stair person operator? I forgot GSX with their new update. But I don't need the stairs, bro. I'm sorry. Oh, snap, Flacco. That sounds so good, bro. I'm hungry as heck right now. I'm about to order some Taco Bell, man. Primal G saying, imagine a Cessna flight from Hawaii to Toronto, Canada. How many stops would that be? New challenge. Well, you can try it, my friend. That'll be one hell of a challenge for sure. Okay, let me get some chocks on. Chocks are in place. How do I open this door? I forget every single time, man. This is embarrassing. There we go. Let's step outside. Did I leave the taxi light on? Did I leave the light? No, I turned it off. Okay, good. I always do that with the Citation 10. Look at that. Right on the money, baby. Yo, what up, girl? What you doing? Are you gonna ground handling airport services? Yeah, that doesn't sound generic at all. That's cool though that they actually moved the staircase now. I should have told them to do it. Right? Taco Bell does sound so good. Flacco saying Taco Bell reset my stomach on Monday. Yikes. All right, let's open the passenger door, or not the passenger, the baggage door. Well, no luggage, but... And as I always like to tell my Citation 10 passengers, you get your own damn luggage. I flew you here. That's all that matters. This parking is right on the money, man. Post-flight looking good. Aircraft looks intact. Look at those freaking monsters right there. Ooh, livery's a little wonky. Are you gonna get off my plane? What are you guys doing? You know what? Just to mess around, I'm going to tell GSX to operate the stairs. How about that, guys? I want to see what she does. Operate stairs. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Okay, she's talking to somebody. Are you going to do your job? What are you doing? Stairs operating. Oh, there she goes. Okay, this is cool, guys. I've never seen this. This is the first for me.
Runway 30 left taxi via Alpha 3, Alpha 1, Delta 6218.
Look at the Adidas shoes, too. That's sick. Oh, look at that. Damn, that looks good. This is just like the stairs we had at the airport. Wow, this is the old logo though. It's no longer Signature Flight Support, it's Signature Aviation, but look at her. I guess I'm getting my windshield inspected. Flacco, you remember us having to torque the windshield, all the fasteners on the Phenoms? That's what she's doing. You looking at me now? Are you beefing with me, girl? Hey, I appreciate the work, but why did you put your stair right there on my nose? Can I go up it? Oh! Okay. That is sick. That is cool. Dude, I didn't know this at all. I swear. I updated GSX before I started. Look at this. Oh, that is crazy. I didn't think I could go up it. Holy smokes. Can I fall? Oh, yep, I died.
Runway 30 left, taxi vehicle.
Look at that.
Papa 2, Papa Delta, Alpha 1 United 2820.
Damn, GSX doing great things, man. That is sick. Hold on, let me see what kind of services I can request now. Let's get cleaning service.
Blue bus is coming.
Oh, snap. Here we go. Look at this scenery, by the way. It's sick, man. I want to see what the cleaning service is like. I have yet to see that as well with GSX. There's the bus. There's the bus. Look, going supersonic. Look at it. Look at it. How much you guys want to bet I'm going to get it run over? I'm going to get it run over. Look at that. Oh, here we go. Come on, just put me out of my misery. Yeah, aloha. That's what I'm talking about. Fresh cookies. Oh, are they going to try to board the aircraft from the other side? That is hilarious. Yeah, that. Look. Oh, okay. Come on, GSX. Come on, you have one job, bro. And the tow bar's gone. Where are you going, bro? This guy's drunk, man. Can I get in? Nah. Oh. Hold up, guys. Hold up. She's going to clean my airplane. Flacco's saying to hit the end button. Oh, look. They're going to go Stairway to Heaven. Scrub. Very original. Okay, now, are they actually in my cabin? Oh, homie's got a vacuum. I should have saved this for the airlines, guys, not for Citation 10. Look at this. There we go, guys. All those bird strikes, they're cleaning them off my windshield with a vacuum. This is amazing. Flacco said they even got Mr. Clean. Bro, this is exquisite aircraft detailing. I've never seen aircraft detailing where they vacuum your fuselage. Look at this girl. What is she doing? Holy crap. Look at this guy. He's vacuuming through my ceiling. Damn, that's a hell of a post-flight inspection, guys. This is why I do flight sim. I don't care about realism. This is why I flight sim. Oh, I wish I could interact with them. Let me see if they're inside the cabin. Yep. Okay, hold up. Homegirl, look, this is the look busy when the boss walks in. That's exactly what she's doing. She's spraying the air. Okay, she's done for the day. She's like, forget these idiots. I'm gonna go snooze in the van. Bro, how much more vacuum are you guys gonna do? Good lord. Look, she's cleaning my empennage, my VHF antenna, my GPS receiver right there. Yeah, clean that GPS good, boy. Look, the tags. Sophia Ramirez. Lars Pedersen? What's up with Mr. Clean here? Magnus. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that guy with a name like Magnus. Who needs an airplane when you can walk on air? That's what I'm talking about, right? No need for a power wash team when you got the power cleaning team. That's what I'm talking about. They even made the minorities. I wasn't gonna go there. Where did the other girl go? She just sprayed my windshield and that's it? She left? Okay, now while the cleaning's happening, I want to see if I can get a lap service, and I want to see if it's accurate. That's the one thing I'm really looking forward to.
Lavatory service has been requested.
Okay. Look, he's vacuuming this. Oh man, that's customer service right there. This girl's tweaking. Prime saying that's an assassin, 100%. That's a hitman. And Flacco saying I was gonna hallucinate if homie's name was Jose or Roberto. Yep, they checked out. They're all going home. Hey, look, he's the last one. He's definitely up to no good. What are you doing, sir? Please depart my aircraft. There you go. Yeah, get those bugs. Get everything off. Make it look good for the owner. Flight sim in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. Forget the realism. Forget the procedures. We're here for GSX, and that's it. Where's my lav truck? That's what I want to see. I did lavs on these airplanes for years. I want to see if they actually do it. Maybe we got to wait for the cleaning service to finish. He's definitely the leader supervisor. Yep. Where's my lav at? Come on. I'm not leaving till I get my lav. Please don't drive through my aircraft again. Check baggage bins and cabinets. He played Hitman before, 100%. Oh, now he's committing domestic terrorism. Nope. Why? Why do you have to drive through my airplane? Just to do that. Watch, watch. Now he's going to hit that turbo mode. Watch. Boost engaged. Here we go. Down the middle of a taxiway, too. Uh-oh. Delta B better be alert. Homie's not stopping for anybody. Look at that. Holy shit. Okay, I'm waiting for the lab, guys. Yeah, man, that dude definitely, he raced some F1 cars before. Where's my lap service? Come on, y'all. Where you at? It's probably coming, guys. Sometimes GSX will do one service at a time. Muscle Man saying holy. He said, what active runway? There is no active runway. I am the runway. All right, hold on. Let me see the services.
Lavatory service has been requested.
Okay, but bring it out. Oh, I see the cones. That's cool. I think they sent homegirl to grab the push cart. I don't know, guys. I don't think we're gonna get the laugh cart. Either way, I'm happy though. The update for GSX looks great. I need to do this with an airliner now. Yeah, Prime OG, this is my favorite ending to a stream as well, man. I couldn't be happier. That is hilarious. Yeah, sorry guys, we're not getting any lav services. So before I end the stream, let's go look around the airport. It's a good scenery, man. Look at this. I think Flight Beam makes this one. Yeah, this is sick. Excuse me. There's Sun Country. I know they have a whole area here. They have a hangar somewhere here as well. FedEx, UPS. Oh, look at that. UPS MD-11. Sadly, we'll never see her flying again. FedEx is going to be ungrounding them, though. They're going to be flying again next month, I think May. So we'll be seeing the mighty MD-11. Let's see. Oh, Target. There's a Target there, guys. Let's go. I think this is a military ramp right here. Yep, that looks like a staging area for heavies. Check out the target. Yeah, this is badass scenery. Oh, of course, ABX Air by themselves. They always do that. Random cargo hold. There it is. There's the Sun Country hangar. Aloha, you take care, my friend. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Appreciate the love and the interaction. And for all of you guys, seriously, you guys make this so much more interactive and engaging, and it makes me just enjoy the experience. I'm gonna watch this tomorrow with my son. He's probably gonna wonder why the heck I'm doing this. Look at the level of detail, man. This is sick. All right, Flacco, work safely. Well, clearly the ground crew does not follow instructions. Flacco, we gotta do a flight here, man. Look at this. I know the Minnesota Air National Guard is here. Yep, there it is. Oh, it's just a satellite image, not actual models. That would have been cool. They had like the actual static displays here. All right, cool. Well, yeah, Flacco, this is exactly what we're coming into, man. So when I worked the Super Bowl in 2018, I flew in here through Delta, and then I commuted on a bus down to St. Paul, downtown airport. That's where we were working most of the traffic there. Yeah, Primo G, enjoy it again, man. That was awesome. The cleaning crew was phenomenal. Let me see what other services I might have missed before I end it. Let's see what the refuel truck does.
Is on its way.
That's it. Oh, I see the fuel truck. Look, 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 look. Texaco coming in hot. They better park right here. Single point pressure refueling on the starboard side. Come on. United and Alaska having a drag race. Airbus versus Boeing. Go figure. This is it. Ultimate moment of truth. That's not how I would have approached the airplane with the 10K or 7K. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on, man. All right. GSX clearly has it out against GA aircraft.
Fuel truck is in position.
Nope, that's not where you park the truck, sir. That is incorrect. Okay, bye. Thanks for the services. There's downtown. You can see it through the haze and the clouds there. It looks awesome. Yeah, guys, keep in mind, GSX is more tailored towards airline operations, and who knows what kind of profile I've got for the Citation 10. So, yeah, that 180 was badass, wasn't it? That boy hit the E-brake and just swung it around after demolishing my airframe. All right, guys, well, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, especially on this latter portion of the stream. That was definitely one to remember, one that I hope we never have to see again. But once again, Citation 10 is king, goat, whatever you want to call it. Favorite airplane ever. Favorite add-on so far on Flight Sim. Can't get enough of it. It just works. Y'all have a beautiful morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. Smooth landings, happy flying, as per usual. Captain Gonzo with that Flight Sim channel. We'll be seeing you on the next one, guys. Take care.